So I think one of the things that this is making a lot of us think about is that supply chain. And one of the areas that is very concerning is the amount of our medicine and pharmaceuticals that we have handed over to the Chinese to produce. And I know this is something that's very important to you as well. How quickly can we ramp up that production here at home? What does that look like?
Well, for example, I'll give you another example. Honeywell offered on Friday. They called my office. They say, look, we want to start with producing within 30 days the face masks. We can open up a plant in Smithfield, Rhode Island. All we need to do is have you help us work with HHS to get the ball rolling. So on Friday, I said, OK, get your contract in. They got it in by that night. I called HHS over the weekend and said, yeah, we're going to flip that within a couple of days. And already we have Honeywell moving towards that. So what it looks like is having the appropriate incentives for our domestic industry to produce these things like face masks and hand sanitizer and all the things we need. And what we need long term, Martha, this is the problem we face. The government does not buy American enough. The government, the VA, HHS, DOD, tremendously large consumers of medicines, medical supplies, and medical equipment. And so I'm working with the president as we speak to get an executive order to the finish line, which would provide long-term incentives for our companies to produce here. And this is not about China, because if you look at the dispersion of that chain, it's across the world. Europe, for example, Ireland, surprisingly enough, Germany, Switzerland, we're heavily dependent on there, India as well. So what we've got to do is through the three things, Martha. We're going to have Buy American, we're going to deregulate so we can get things here done faster, and most importantly, we're going to innovate to keep prices down. There's a process called advanced manufacturing that we're working in lightning speed to get switches flipped on there. So that's the big picture. We cannot keep having these public health crises and go back to sleep like the previous administrations have. This is going to be different this time, and we're going to get through this, and we're going to be in a better place over time because we're going to produce things here in America.